Hey you beautiful people, the Gaming Nice Guy here. Today we'll be taking a look at the game Phantom Breaker's Battlegrounds Overdrive for the Nintendo Switch. It's available on the Nintendo eShop for $9.99. Let's see if it's even worth that price. Let's check it out.
Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Overdrive is a throwback game that adds a lot of new elements with old. Old being that it's compared to games like Double Dragon and Streets of Rage, but with new elements like leveling up and streamlining the action with a little more than those games used to do. It's similar to those games in the way that it's a beat 'em up brawler just like they are, but different in ways it's executed, being the action is much faster paced. In this game you have 10 different little hotties that you can choose from, each one with their unique abilities, and it's a lot of fun to go ahead and learn how to use each one. That adds a lot of replayability to it. Action is non-stop to the point you lose track of your character. The enemies in these games are like piñatas because when you kill them they release all kinds of candies. No, I mean not candies, but I mean coins and jewels, which are used to recharge your health and special meter. The story is pretty basic. I mean, the girl's friend Nagi has been captured and now they have to battle against Phantom's hordes of enemies to rescue her. Set in a parallel universe and you're fighting against middle-aged men, self-aware drones, and even pie-throwing sumos. There's also this character that kind of looks like Dennis Rodman, like if he took steroids, that tries to hug you and says all kinds of silly stuff. The girls are dressed like maids, which I find particularly awesome. If I was king, I would order all the girlfriends and the wives to dress like maids. It's kind of a fad going on in Japan where girls are dressing like maids, kind of like the schoolgirl outfits that they used to do. Man, I love all that. I like to play as Mikoto because she reminds me of my wife, not only in looks but also the way they both fight. My wife may not know how to fight in real life, but she sure can destroy me verbally.
Hey beautiful, I'm home. I missed you.
Don't give me that miss you crap. Where were you?
It just kind of took me a little bit longer because there was a lot of traffic on the freeway. That's all.
Right, traffic, like anyone believes that. Where were you? What took you so long?
I was talking.
Let me see your phone.
You want to see my phone? I was talking to you. I was talking to you.
No, you weren't.
I didn't do anything.
You shut up!
Baby, you know I would never leave you. There's nobody that's as patient and loving as you. You know I would never leave you, baby.
I bet that's what you tell all the girls at the office, isn't it? Isn't it? You're a waste!
No.
Oh my gosh, you're a waste! You're cheating on me, aren't you? Me.
I love the colorful graphics and the music. The music is set in that chip sound that we all grown to love. I really love that because it's really well done. The gameplay personally to me felt like a side-scrolling Hyrule Warriors or a Dynasty Warriors in the way that you're taking on hordes of enemies wave after wave and leveling up your character the same way those games did. There are two lanes you'll be fighting on. How you switch between the two lanes is just by hitting the shoulder button and bam, you're switching lanes like crazy. Switching lanes like on a freeway, son. The graphics are colorful and it has that kind of 16-bit, 8-bit kind of feel to it. This game has 4 different modes. It has story mode, arcade mode, co-op mode where you can play up to 4 people, and then battleground mode where you can go against your friends and family and strangers, whoever is willing to play. With this game you get to level up your fighter, just like an RPG. And this is where I kinda had a little problem with the game, being that I was not able to get through the first level of first boss without having to go through a couple times through. I had to go multiple playthroughs till I was strong enough to defeat that, first boss. So that's where I was like, I don't like that. But once you become strong enough, you can kind of jam right through the game. It'll take you about roughly 2.5 hours to beat this game, but there's a lot of replayability here. There's 5 different game modes. We have easy, normal, and hard, and then we go to Nightmare and then Nightmare Plus for only the hardcore.
What I really enjoyed about this game was the throwback style with the graphics and the music. The music had that chip sound, which I grew up loving and I still continue to love this day, but also adds some new flair to it. You know, the characters being in that chibi style. When I was growing up, we didn't know the word chibi. It was called super deformed when the characters were squished down to make them look like little dolls. Also, I like the variety of sceneries that you get to play in. I mean, you're playing in an arcade to like a school cafeteria to an office building. It really keeps the variety up in this game. One of the things I didn't like is that when you first start the game, you're like at 0 level, so you have to level up your character to initially beat the first boss. But other than that, outside of grinding a little bit, I really enjoyed it. And also I like the style that the little chibi girls were dressed as maids. That reminds me, I think one day I should probably visit one of those maid cafes. But that does it for my review of Phantom Breaker's Battlegrounds Overdrive. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment below. And I will see you next time on the Gaming Nice Guy Show. Take care.